Kearse has been in this league for a number of years now, but it's since his move to the Dallas Cowboys that he's been an integral part in a strong Cowboys defense. A name that doesn't really ring around the league for players, or even safeties in particular. Kearse has been a consistent performer for the Cowboys since becoming a starting strong safety after largely being a backup most of his career. At the end of the day, Kearse is a player that you can just rely on to get consistent stops and consistent tackling out of. This guy is a tackling machine. Over his last 2 seasons at the Colts before moving to now the Giants, Bobby Okereke recorded 283 tackles, and specifically last season 151, which netted him 10th place in the league. This is the definition of a run-stopping defensive linebacker. He's got serious sideline to sideline speed, and he's my pick for underrated because that sort of position in the NFL, I think, is being underappreciated more and more as the years go by. Okereke is the type of guy that can bail out your whole defense with one massive play. I think moving to the Giants, he's a brilliant mix of speed and power and should, going into this season, make a big name for himself in the Big Apple. With the likes of Fletcher Cox, Hassan Reddick, Brandon Graham on this Philly defensive line, I view Josh Sweat as that sort of unsung hero of this group. I'm sure most people saw that record they broke as a group with 4 players having more than 10 sacks, and Josh Sweat captured 11 of his own. He's a handful to deal off the edge with a 6'5" frame and genuine speed with that size as well. Ultimately, only Brandon Graham, who was another consideration for this spot, ultimately he was the only player on this whole Philly defense that had a higher PFF grade than Josh Sweat. Washington right now can probably only be proud of their big 4 defensive linemen: Chase Young, Jonathan Allen, Daron Payne, and actually the second Sweat on this list, although don't think there's any relation, it's Montez Sweat. All former first round picks. You've got Chase Young, who was former 2nd overall, Daron Payne, who just received a 4-year, $90 million contract, and then Jonathan Allen, who's considered one of the best defensive tackles in the league. This is why I think Montez Sweat is underappreciated even on this Washington Commanders team. Montez Sweat gets lost in conversation of his colleagues, I think, at times, but his play over the years has been the same, if not better at times, than the players I've just mentioned. Last season, he made a total of 8 sacks, which garnered him an impressive PFF grade of 86.4.